What is up, guys? A lot of dividends here, and welcome to another monthly portfolio update. Today it's the last trading day of November, but I decided to already do this month's update. So let's look back on the month. There have been quite a few changes in my portfolio that I will go in depth into in just a moment. For now, we can tell that my yield, I believe last month this was at 3.5%, if I'm not mistaken. So this has come down quite a bit. Will make sense as soon as I get into what I sold and bought. And also my forward annual income has decreased, even though I contributed more to the portfolio than I sold, but there was a rather high yielding position that I sold out of. Jumping over into portfolio performance, we can see the pie chart of my holdings. So one thing to notice is that VG Properties overtook Allianz, even though I didn't contribute anymore to VG Properties. So this is simply due to share price appreciation. And also you might see that there are some new positions down here, which I will get into in just a moment. So let's first go over my sells. This is going to be a rare sight, I believe, to see me selling any stocks, and especially if it's 4 stocks in 1 month. But those have been on a chopping block for, I mean, I don't have the portfolio for that long, but for at least 3 months now. So first of all, I sold Mercedes-Benz. Those were pretty much free stocks. I got them from my brokerage account, simply for having my account there and doing enough trades. So initially this was a 10 euros and 14 cents position, and I sold the shares at a value of 8 euros. But I mean, still, it's 8 euros that I got basically for free, so nothing too bad here. Then I also sold Volkswagen. I mean, I don't really know what else led to me buying this company except its dividend yield, which is a very poor idea to just look at one statistic that doesn't even say anything about the value behind the company. So yeah, before this drops down even lower, I decided to just bite the bullet and take the loss of about 12.5 euros. But just like Mercedes-Benz, this was a rather high yielding stock, which explains why my forward dividend income is quite a bit lower than last month. Next, I also bought Roche at a loss of about 9 euros. This, as well as Volkswagen, was initially a 100 euro position, so down quite a bit, but since the position wasn't that large, it's not too hurtful. Now with Roche, I don't think there's anything wrong with the company necessarily, but I just think that it's very slow growth. It's steady but slow, which isn't ideal probably for someone in my position with a very long time horizon. So I decided to just put the money into another place that might yield higher returns. And lastly, I sold all of my shares of ProCredit Holding. Now this was a rather large position. Initially it was around 500 euros, and I took almost a 50%, not 50%, thank God, 50 euro loss on it, which, you know, isn't pretty, but it's still not that bad. And reallocating that money into a position that ideally doesn't just make a loss is quite a bit better. Now, ProCredit Holding was my third largest position, I believe, prior to me selling it, and it yielded, I believe it was around 6%. Okay, so as you can see, quite a lot of buying, but also because I wanted to immediately rebuy some shares with the money that I freed up from my sells. So yeah, I'm not going to go into detail. Then on the 18th of November, I also opened a new position in American Express. I believe that even after this recent price increase, it's still looking quite attractive. So yeah, I'm looking to build up my position on this stock. Those are 3 ETFs, one emerging markets ETF, one MSCI World ETF, and one Nasdaq 100 ETF. I put 40 euros into the MSCI World, 40 euros into the Nasdaq, and 20 euros into the MSCI Emerging Markets, and this is something that I plan on doing each month, regardless of where they stand from their valuation. This is just my 100 euros that go into these ETFs each and every month. Alrighty then, let's go over how my stocks performed this month. So by far the worst stock was AMD. I believe they were the worst or among the worst last month as well. I mean, looks like it. Yeah, AMD is just, not looking too great. I'm still holding on to it. I'm not quite sure what to do with it, because it's at the moment, it's not cheap enough for me to expand my position, but it's also not so expensive and looking so bad that I want to sell it necessarily. So I'm somewhere stuck in the middle and I'm not quite sure what to do. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe there's an opportunity if the price dips, I don't know, 10, 20 euros lower, then I might add to the position. And if it suddenly rises to the top for whatever reason, I might sell out of it. Then a negative 4.8% performance was Qualcomm. They also really haven't been too great since August this year, really. But I still believe that the valuation is quite attractive, so I might double down into this position over the next couple of months. And my third biggest loser is the MSCI Emerging Markets ETF with minus 2.25%. Now looking at my best performers, on number 3 we've got Booking Holdings, which is up 10.42%. Continuing its rally, it started in about August, and stock is absolutely doing great. However, I still believe that it's attractively valued, so I'm probably buying some more of it. You might think that's not the greatest idea. I would probably disagree with that. If you want me to do any in-depth analyses of any of these companies, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Next up, we've got Disney up 24.82% after it released its earnings, which look quite promising, with also great outlook for the future. It's a bit of a similar situation to AMD, where I don't really feel comfortable buying more at the moment, especially after this recent price increase. But I also don't really want to sell. I'm not too happy about it, but I'm not sure what to do at the moment. And then clear number 1 has been Hims & Hers, up 48.03%. And in total, I should be up, I believe, 125% now. And I started the position in September, as you can see here. Now let's compare my portfolio's performance to the S&P 500 and the MSCI World. So as you can see, all of them are up quite a bit. My portfolio is up, 6.68%, 7.16% even. And the day hasn't ended. The markets are open for another 2 hours, I believe. But realistically, there's not much change going to happen anymore. So as you can see, I'm performing about as good as the MSCI World, slightly trailing the S&P 500 by about 1%, which isn't too bad. However, if you look a little more closely, I sold some of my positions on 8th of November. And if you start a comparison at that date, when those bad companies were out of my portfolio, I actually outperformed the S&P as well as the MSCI World by quite a bit. So looking good compared to my initial performance in the first few months. This has been quite a bit better. Okay, so let's get over my dividend income, the most important part of this video. So first of all, I got paid 9 cents from ASML. I got another 3 cents from MasterCard, and then in the middle of the month, as usual, I got 75 cents from Realty Income, and then just today I got another 23 cents from MSCI. And in total this brings my monthly dividend income to €1.10, which is quite a bit of a drop from last month, which was €4.01, but this is largely due to VG Properties, which is my largest position at the moment, and also one of the largest yields, so makes quite a bit of sense. So looking at my monthly dividends, of course there's been a drop in November compared to October, but I'm sitting quite a bit over September, and this could be my lowest month that I will ever get in the future, just because October is going to be a great month due to Ouija, and in December there's a lot of companies paying dividends. So yeah, probably the November, August may not, because of Allianz, which is paying its yearly dividend there. And then February, those are probably going to be my worst dividend months. In total this year, I'm sitting at €5.44. So let's see, maybe we can beat €10 for the end of the year. Let's see what December brings. Currently it's looking rather close actually. I didn't even know that, but yeah, I'm projected to get €4.28 in December without investing any more money into my portfolio. So I'm only really missing 20-30 cents, something like that, for me to hit €10 by the end of this year. So yeah, sounds doable. Maybe we'll hit it. Now this month I had net contributions of €436.82. But of course, there's also some sales in there. So in total I put more like 900 to 1,000 euros into the portfolio, but I also sold some positions. So this is the net contribution, which means, yeah, I way past my target of 4,000 euros for this year. But yeah, since I only set my goal somewhere in September, doesn't really matter that much. So you can also see that I'm about 6.36% in the green according to my calculation. It differs a little bit to portfolio performance. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's close enough. This puts in a gain of €286.07, of course, unrealized gains. And yeah, my forward annual dividends took quite a hit from selling those high-yielding positions. But long-term, this is probably a good decision. And here you can see the visualization of this dividend drop, and also how my portfolio's value compares to the total contributions that I put in. So yeah, as time goes on, ideally the red line will go up more or less linearly, as each month I'm putting in roughly the same amount of money, and the blue line should go up exponentially as the money compounds. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know how your month went down in the comments below, and let me know if I can change something for the better. Then I'll do my best. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you've watched to this point, and I'll see you in the next one.